Alright, Facebook is live as well, so for the online Autumn Equinox Shamanic Drumming Circle. Excellent, we're a couple of minutes earlier than 7, so we will give it a few minutes for people to start arriving and for people to get notifications. Hello, those who are joining on Zoom. If you're not automatically on mute, if we could just pop ourselves on mute on there. I can click for mute all. There we go, I've muted all again. Fantastic. And the Facebook Live, obviously starting to get to some people there. And let me just check that I've got the comments. Comments will appear here. So let us know if you're receiving the live on Facebook. Just let us know with a comment or send a bubble up. Oh, excellent. Already started. Yeah, let us know that you're there. And the whole physical distancing thing. Communicating by bubbles. Excellent. Looking lovely and autumnal. Yes, I've made it into a bit of a grotto here, a bit of an autumn equinox grotto. I'm being careful with the candles that they're not that they haven't got anything draping above them that could start setting fire. We were on the Sacred Earth Activism page connecting in together with fire ceremonies yesterday. So connecting in all around with different with fire ceremonies to connect in with the season and to connect in weaving that kind of energy for positive change. We don't need any more equinox fires going on behind me there. But thankfully the camera's pointing in that direction. Some reason... no sound. Great, that's fixed. Fantastic on the Zoom there. That's sorted for those who have had that. Excellent. I can see everybody starting to arrive. Let us know if this is your first time joining on the live or on the Zoom. Welcome everybody. It's been almost a month since the last time I had the live online drumming circle because earlier on in the month I was away. So it feels like such a long time, but really, really grateful to connect in with you all again. Those who are new, if it's your first time along, the other introduction that we have here is my dog Heidi. Wanders in and around, and if there's something exciting going on the street, you might hear her in the background. But most of the time, when the drumming starts, she just comes in and lays down. Excellent. So welcome everybody. Let us know where you're joining in from. And as I say, if it's your first time joining on the drumming circle, let us know as well. Say hello in the comments section or in the chat below. So excellent, Carrie. Great joining in for the first time. And yeah, lovely how many drums there are, kind of drums that I've seen born but haven't played in circle with, and we're here in a much wider circle, spread out and across the country and beyond maybe. But yeah, lovely to connect in with all of these drums here. So the people joining in from Grand Union Canal, from Gisborough, from Deal. Where else are people joining in from? Has anybody else popped that on the Facebook one? From sunny Folkestone, excellent. This is the first evening that it's been slightly darker outside when starting the drumming circle. I love it. You know, we've kind of just moved past the equinox a few hours ago. The actual specific time of the equinox was 2:30 this afternoon, so now we are tipped just into the darker half of the year, and this is the first time where it's been a little bit dark outside when I've been starting the circle, so I've not put kind of the big lights on. I've let us have this ambient autumnal light with the kind of grotto set up behind me. Some people on the call or on the live stream here might recognise some of these autumnal decorations from the autumn retreats that we've had in the past, where we've been working with the kind of the medicine of the autumn, and these have been spread out in and around the room that we work in. So that room's all set up like a grotto usually. Now my room here, my working space is set up with all the autumn leaves here. So brilliant. So people joining in from Cheshire, people joining in from Wales, from Essex. Hey Claire, joining on for the first time. Lovely to have you here. People joining in from Hampshire. And we're back to sunny Folkestone with Jenny's message. Joining from Dorset for the first time, welcome Debbie. Really, really great to have you lot joining in. A couple more people joining in on the Zoom call as well. Let me just check that everything's muted on the Zoom call. I think it is. Excellent. Yes, all the autumn setup. I was just talking about that's it's this time of year, usually around the autumn equinox. I would be holding either a Spirit of Autumn workshop, and I know there's some people who are on the call now have been on those that I've done in the past, and Spirit of Autumn retreats. And yeah, we really make the space set up for autumn, and bring things for the altar that represent the autumn, so that all of that space carries that energy. And a lot of these decorations are kind of blended in with the magic of those spaces and the work we've done on there. And this pentagram wreath up here with the autumn leaves was gifted last year to us on the autumn retreat. So it's lovely to bring that back out. It was going to be coming out on every autumn retreat, and it's here in the space now instead for this time. Wonderful. So more people joining on Facebook there from Bedford and from the Wirral. This evening, yeah, we're connecting with the autumn equinox. It was actually, Julia dropped me a message last week and asked when the next one was going to be and whether it was going to be tonight, and I hadn't actually pinned down the date for the next one, and it was a great moment to go, yes, let's sort that out then. So that's where the message went out to everybody, and you know, has worked perfectly that yes, today, although a lot of people may celebrate the solstices and equinoxes on the 21st of the month, and have it as a set point on the calendar, these are based on solar events, so they do slightly move and change, and so the actual time, the actual point of the equinox, marked by where the sun appears to kind of go beyond the horizon, the equator, would have been 2:30 this afternoon here. So we're just a few hours past the equinox point, as it were. Brilliant. So we've got everybody joining on now. We're going to start this evening just making sure that we all just start with a little bit of grounding and a little bit of centering right at the start. I'm going to be lighting some smudge, and if you have some smudge at home, do grab it, and do take this chance just to have a little bit of a session to smudge, because we're going to not only be opening ourselves out to this whole circle and to connect in as a circle, but we're going to be connecting in on levels with ourselves that we don't normally in our day. So it's good to have this as a practice as well. We're in our homes, we've maybe walked from one room to the other, or we've maybe just closed the door and everything else that's going on. We don't have those usual transitions that we have in ourselves from when we travel to a drum circle or when we travel to a gathering, where we can kind of sort of shift our space and put our everyday thoughts and troubles that would whirl around in the mind and things that we're focusing on, where we can put those to one side and kind of get into the state for coming along to a drumming circle. So we just take that little bit of extra effort at the start here this evening just to centre and ground ourselves. And that applies as well, to try and remind you as much as I can, if at any point throughout the evening you do need to nip off early or something comes up, return to that little moment where you could return to a space where you are just grounding, reconnecting with your body, centering with your breath. So let's all just do that together now. And take this moment here just to be really present. And in doing that, you know, you may want to just connect in with your breath and those sensations of your breath. Noticing that breath as it comes in. Breathing all the way down to our belly and exhaling. Just breathing really deep, deeper than we maybe normally would. As if we're inflating a balloon in our belly as we breathe. Just to really deepen that grounding, really bring that energy into those lower chakras, those grounding chakras. Feel where your body is, how you're seated, where your feet are touching the ground, where your seat meets the chair. If visualizations work well for you, visualize those roots that connect you with the earth, going down through out of your legs, out of your feet, down into the earth, down connecting you through all of the layers of soil, all of the layers where there's stone, underwater streams, sand, all of those mycelial networks that flow through the soil, all of the life that's held in there. Feeling that grounding you and connecting you in with the earth. As I say, I'll light the incense here as well. And for those who are lighting incense, don't forget just to send that little prayer of thanks to the plant spirits for their healing and their balancing. For all they do to help clear away and lift away all of the stresses of the day, all of those things that are weighing on your mind, those weights that we're carrying on our shoulders, those butterflies in our stomach, all of those things that are weighing us down. And as the incense and smoke, welcome Heidi, as the incense and smoke passes over us, this can carry that away. And so for the whole circle, for everybody who's joining in now, and everybody who joins in afterwards, this will just continue burning in the background there and continue to send those prayers and connecting for those prayers for you. Heidi, wanna come up here? She can come and join in the drumming instead. Hey, heights. Good girl. Alright. So let's just call in for this beginning of this evening. And as with that grounding and with that smudging, with that centering, it just grounds us in a little bit more into our bodies and into our hearts. It's just from that heart space. Call out to the spirits of this land. Calling out to this land that holds us and heals us and guides us in our journey through life. Let's call out to the winds, that element of air, the winds of change that blow through this season, to the breath in how we connect with that element of air. Let's connect in with the element of water and honour all of those rivers and streams that flow out to the sea, all of those waters that flow from deep in the earth. And let's also acknowledge that element of flow within us and honour, that how that water works with us and our depths. And call to the element of fire, to all of those fires of awakening, of transformation, of cleansing, of healing, of excitement and fun and passion, of creativity, of anger and transformation. To all of those fires that awaken within us, to all of those fires of the sun, and those fires deep within the earth, connecting with that transformative energy in this space tonight. And let's connect and call to all of those guides and unseen beings that work with us, those spirit allies, all of those that work with us and work through us, that guide us and support us in our journey through life. Let's call to the ancestors, those of our own bloodline, those ancestors of these lands that we walk on, the ancient ones, the ancient tribes, and the ancestors of these spiritual traditions, for all of those that have passed them on in such a way that we can have this space here tonight to connect in this wide circle and connect with the sacred. So in opening this circle, we call to all of the spirits of the north and of the east and the south and the west, and we ask the circle to be blessed. And to the earth below and sky above, fill this circle with purest love. Blessed be. So blessed be, Aho, Amen, Ariom, cheers, thanks, whatever it is that's the right way for you to close your prayers, you connecting how is right for you, and if there's any other guides or beings, deities that you connecting with, just send that call out from your heart with them, just to connect in with them in this space. And we open the evening as well with a round of drumming, just to connect in a circle. We connect in with all of us that are joining from all over the country, it seems. And I want us also to connect in with gratitude at the start this evening. So let's start by focusing with one thing that we're grateful for today, and pop that in the comments section or pop that in the chat, just so that we can start uniting in this circle from a place of gratitude. Let's all name something that we are grateful for right now and today. And I'll read them out as they start to come in. There's a number of them coming through for family. Great gratitude for family. Gratitude for friends. For our health. For the chance to meet colleagues. More health and family. Health and family. For nature all around us, for our home, for all of nature and the green around us, for conkers, and the inner child that awakens when we start seeing the conkers, for love, for family, for living by the sea, for our homes, for all loved ones, human and animal, for the sun that's continuing to shine, absolutely. For awareness, beautiful. For being alive. Many overlaps there with people in the gratitudes, many that we can share, and others, different ones that people are bringing in, are ones that we can, many of us will resonate with as well. So let's connect as a circle now with gratitude. And let's take our drums, and with the rhythm of the drums connect as a circle. Those on the Zoom call who are drumming, give us a drum wave. It's so lovely to see them all. Fantastic. Okay. So drumming together in this circle for unity, and drumming from that place of gratitude. Just take a moment, again reconnecting with your breath. Letting all of those vibrations, that unity as a circle, and that gratitude just soak in and spread out wherever those rhythms go. But just to bring your awareness back to your body, just breathe a little bit deeper into yourself. And when you're back, give us a wave on the Zoom screen, on the Facebook. Send up a bubble or put a thumb or a heart or something like that. And let us know how you're feeling. Let us know how you're feeling from that round of drumming, that opening unity round. Excellent. Great, seeing that people are back with the thumbs and the hearts going up. I was left throughout that, I mean, I keep an eye on the screens just to check that things don't go down or tell me that it's disconnected or something like that, just to keep track of it. But I was left on the screen with Ken's comment to do with his gratitude of the ups and downs of life that make us who we are. I think it kind of was a nice point to stay on. That stayed with me throughout on the screen there. People now kind of commenting, feeling more grounded, connected, feeling good. Vibrating, flowing, fantastic. Relaxed, connected. Vibrating. Talking about vibrating, I think this lamp was vibrating during that round of drumming. I'm going to see if I can put something soft against it. There we are. We'll see how that is on the next round of drumming. Feeling connected and relaxed. I've still got vibrating on the Facebook live screen. Excellent. That felt really quite different, connecting in with gratitude at the same time on there as well. That was lighter. Yeah, there was a difference to the connection, to the energy that was kind of going in and around the circle, where it was centered from gratitude. Abundantly blessed even with today's new challenges. Yeah, I guess that was kind of what was in my mind, is, you know, the autumn equinox, and I'm going to invite you in a moment just to be thinking about and sharing what you think of the autumn equinox, and what that you associate with it. But it's, you know, harvest time. It is that time of gratitude. It is that time where we get so much from the earth, and it's our time to kind of give that honouring and that thanks back to the earth. And yes, as kind of people have commented, you know, today with changes of lockdown rules that may affect different people differently, but you know, for many people have an effect on us. There's connecting in with gratitude and connecting in with the things that we're thankful for, while also holding a bit of sadness, because, you know, there is going to be a certain amount of loss of time we can spend with each other and things that we can do. And you know, the equinox is very much to do with balance and holding that light and dark and those balances of opposites. And yeah, I guess in that comment from Ken as well about kind of the ups and the downs, there is that holding that acknowledgement and holding that kind of place in this evening for the light and the dark. So people are talking about feeling lighter and relaxed and more connected. And yeah, others letting us know that they're back. Fantastic. So I've kind of commented a couple of bits there, what I kind of associate with the autumn equinox. I'm going to ask you to yeah, for yourself, what is it that you associate with this season, with this festival, with this time of year? What have you done to celebrate or mark the equinox? We're here on the Tuesday, you know, just after the actual time of the equinox, but a lot of people have done things through the day today. Some people have done things yesterday. Some people may have done things on the weekend in terms of coming together and gathering together in small ceremonies I've seen in different places. People going out on the land themselves to give their own personal nod. And yeah, a time of transition. We go from the light half of the year, where the days are longer than the nights, to the dark half of the year, where today on the equinox, the day and the night are of equal length, equinox, meaning that. But as we move now into the dark half of the year, there's a lot of energetic changes that work with that. You know, we may be living more extroverted lifestyles normally. It's been a really very interesting year how that's flipped around because of lockdowns. But during the light half of the year, we're spending more time outside, and as it gets colder and darker outside, we go inwards. And there's something that goes on a personal level, on an inner level with that we go more into that place of introspection in the winter. So yeah, that time of transition, that journey inwards. But what's the autumn equinox relate to for you? What does this celebration relate to with you and this time of year signify for you? What's the most significant feature that you think of with it as we get to here at the end of September? We talked about signs of autumn last time, some clues of them being around the grotto behind me. Long hours for farmers, absolutely, Tony. Yeah, the time of the harvest. What about the people who have been growing veg in their gardens? There's a lot of people who throughout the year have been talking about this maybe being a time where you've kind of upped the amount of growing veg that you've been doing for yourself. It's another way where you start getting a little bit more hands-on connected with these cycles. What's it now for you? A time to turn inwards to the mystery, and a time for letting go. Yeah, you know, that's symbolic of the autumn leaves all here behind me. I think it's the meme that goes round of you know, one of the messages of autumn is how beautiful, and the autumn leaves is how beautiful it can be to let things go that you don't need anymore. You know, so it's that's one of the messages as we get to this time of the year, a time of reflection, a time of looking back over the year that's been, reflecting on the goals and the visions that we set out to kind of work on throughout the year, and look at what's still getting in the way, or what we actually kind of didn't need to be doing and focusing our time on, and what leaves we can drop as we go forward on these cycles. What else do we associate with this time of the year? What else does the autumn equinox conjure up as an image in our mind? Here, a time of discovery, and that change is beautiful. Yeah, change and transition, definitely all connected in with this time of the year. Toadstools, foxes, got the foxy t-shirt on this evening, and hedgehogs. A wonderful stillness that descends on the countryside at equinox. Yeah, starting to get that kind of autumnal light. Online rituals. Oh gosh, they're all coming through on Facebook now, everybody, thank you. It always takes a little while, there's a little delay, and now they've come through thick and fast, fantastic. So all of the rituals and connecting together, gratitude for all of the fruit and veg that we grow, and yeah, you know, with that gratitude, that amazement at what nature provides. Went for a walk into the woods, the acorns falling on our heads. Somebody shared earlier their gratitude for conkers. Where was I out the other day? And I saw that wherever somebody was sitting at a bench, they'd had a huge stash of conkers underneath there that had obviously been connected. Immediately, the inner child in me kind of spoke up loudly with jealousy. Oh, I want one of those conkers. Those look like the big and shiny ones, we want those. A time of plenty for the harvest, but also a time to plant for next year. Welcoming the darkness and welcoming that time to go within, gratitude for the beauty of abundance of summer and preparing for the dark half of the year. People talking about what they've done. They've drummed in their own stone circle and giving light, love and hope and peace to Mother Earth. That stillness, that balance point between the light and the dark, this point on transitions, we kind of find ourselves in that still point there. So that's the couple of comments related to that. All the beautiful colours. And yeah, the mistier mornings. People talking here about going cycling and noticing the slightly mistier mornings and the colours starting to change on the trees. Yeah, the lighting of the fires. Beautiful to hear how everybody's marking it and connecting in with it in your own ways, with the things that you see out and around on the land, with the things that you see in your gardens and your allotments, or on your walk through the trees, or on your morning cycle ride. And Jenny watching conkers conk people on the head. Excellent, excellent. It is one of the magical festivals and the magical season, kind of this transition. And for all it symbolises, let's dedicate this round of drumming now to it. And one of the words that has come up a couple of times in that, and I want us to particularly focus in on, because it's a good medicine on a personal level, is that medicine of balance, where we find ourselves now in this point between the light half of the year and the dark half of the year, and as we move into the dark half of the year, is just calling in to that energy of balance, that medicine of the autumn equinox. All right, so that's our intention for our round of drumming now. So joining in with your drums or with your hearts, if you're not drumming, for balance in the autumn equinox. to the autumn equinox and to balance. So just taking a deeper breath again, just breathing down into your belly, breathing right into your body, and just giving your body a little bit of movement just to feel your way back to your body. I'm just going to open the door again for Heidi. And just let us know when you're back just by sending up a bubble or popping a comment in the comment section. Letting us know that you're back. And how was that round for you? How are you feeling? Right, fantastic. People feeling an expansiveness from it and opening up. Heidi can't decide whether she wants to be in here or outside. Heidi, do you want to come and do a cameo? Do you want to come and do a cameo? Jump up. Here's Heidi, everyone. Heidi, jump up properly. Come on, jump up properly. There you go. Oh, there's Heidi. Do you want to go and lay down? Come on, come on, come and lay down. That balance of one or the other, she can't decide whether she wants to be in the room or out of the room. Alright, some people saying feeling balanced, lovely. How are others doing? Spacious and connected. Feeling warm from the drumming. Love coming in for Heidi as well. Great. Some people saying they're feeling more in their body and feeling more connected. That's excellent. And connecting with that gratitude of the autumn equinox. Brilliant. Feeling restful and soft, drumming through the twilight and into the dark. Yeah, it's now completely dark here. And of the year, we're kind of going. This is, I guess, the twilight of the year in that way, in many ways as well. Very steady in balance, and that yin energy and the feminine, that balance of the year. And I guess this is in many ways where we're moving into as we move into the dark of the year. We move out of that yang side into that yin side. And there are kind of Scandinavian cosmologies that see it like that. That, you know, when you look at the reindeer, for example, the males have their antlers through the year, but as it goes in towards the end of autumn, they shed their antlers, and it's the female of the reindeer that keep their antlers over the winter. And so the balance in the year is that the sun is held by the masculine, by the male antlers through the summer months, and then as it goes into the winter, that light of the sun is passed over and held by the feminine in her antlers. And there is that balance to the year, so where people are feeling that yin-yang connection, there is a relevance to that in where we are in the year, moving into this dark half. And somebody else seeing the new moon hanging in the window. Fantastic. I just after the drumming finish saw Wes's comment of what he's been up to and connecting with the... There she is again. collecting the acorns for them from ancient woods and from ancient trees, for them to germinate so that those can then go on and be planted. And yeah, he talked about that being work that we could all get involved in and things that we could all get involved in. Do please share any advice or details in the comments there, Wes, and kind of any more information about what you've been up to with that. So for other people who are wanting to do a bit of that can get involved. You know, we're seeing so much of our ancient forests at the moment being cut down with the HS2 works that are continuing, and where they are continuing, they're cutting down areas that aren't even part of the plans. There's huge wildlife destruction going on of ancient forests, and while there are those tree protectors who are out there at the moment who are living up in trees, camping in the trees, doing whatever they can in terms of direct protest action to slow this and stop this, yes, we are seeing so many trees that are being destroyed and cut down. And you know, as well as the preventative measures to kind of stop as many trees getting cut down as possible, and be holding them to account along the way. Yeah, whatever we can do of things like that, as Wes describes, of collecting acorns, germinating those, and of the other ancient trees as well, the seeds that are coming at this time of the year to be germinating so that we can go on and be spreading forests out and around. Yeah, do please, Wes, share any details or any advice or any suggestions for people who have never done anything like that in the comments section, just so more people can see, can easily get involved and join in with those sorts of efforts. Yeah, okay. I think that's kind of, I'm still up to date on kind of the reflections on that round of drumming. It kind of leads on to where I've been earlier on this month, and kind of some other bits that are going on. You know, the work that's going on with HS2 is connected with the kind of the wider environmental actions and campaigns that are going on for protection of our natural world, for the protection of our ecosystems, and for the prevention of the furthering climate crisis and the furthering environmental and ecological crisis and biodiversity loss that we're seeing. And so earlier in the month, when we normally would have had a drumming circle, I was kind of there with a number of the actions and supporting a number of the actions, and there were many people from the HS2 actions there as well. We were there weaving ceremony into what we were doing. We were there doing prayer and intention ceremonies, and holding a lot of space for that throughout the actions that were going on, so that what was happening and the people who were involved had a space where they can reconnect and ground and stay grounded and connected to their reasons for being there and their love for the earth, and connecting with that strength of the earth and with the spirits of the land, so that that energy can be weaved into the actions that we're doing, that are, you know, for those people who are putting so much of themselves, of their energy and their bodies kind of and their time on the line for protecting our forests, for protecting our land, for protecting our waters, and for doing what we can to raise as much awareness and prevent us getting any carrying on down the kind of the disastrous, destructive route that we see ourselves going down. So there's a large amount of my work at the moment that you will have seen in the newsletters and the things that I've been posting that are in this area or kind of realm that I refer to as sacred activism, of how we bring our spiritual practices and our spiritual paths beyond the personal, beyond the personal healing and personal transformation, to how that can be working with things on a collective level. And on the Ancient Roots membership this month, it was it's one of the videos going up on there as an introduction and explanation, kind of in broad terms, of what we mean by sacred activism, and giving some examples and some introduction to that. And within, you know, as it's something that is a big part of my work, over the months with the Ancient Roots membership, there will be more that will be focusing in on sacred activism and how those of us who are on an earth-based spiritual path use our practices and our work for, you know, these environmental campaigns. We cannot be on an earth-based spiritual path, be connecting with the spirits of the land and connecting with the earth around us without also noticing that it's being polluted and it's being chopped down and it's being destroyed, and also feel moved to want to do something about that. And so there's many ways that kind of, you know, of being involved. One of the things that I'll be talking about more, and starting from this month on the Ancient Roots membership, has been looking at sacred activism. So yes, that's where I've been this month, and it kind of, you know, connects in with what Wes had just shared there about what he's been up to. And yeah, so more that there is related to that in the sorry, things bumping up on the screen. More that there is that comes up with that, I'll be sharing on the page as well. More on the Jonathan Weekes page, where I share a lot of the Ancient Roots updates. But also, if you're not already in the group Sacred Earth Activism, that's a space where we organise and coordinate a lot of things in there. So yes, that's what I've been quite busy with this month, and also in part recovering from the tiredness of, and getting things back in order after being away for a little while. And excitingly, this month I'm back to sharing drum making workshops. So this week I'm heading off to Avebury, and this weekend having to change it around very much, kind of to fit it in with what we need to be able to do safety wise. So working with much smaller groups and spread out kind of all a lot more. But yes, we will be seeing some more sacred drums being born this week. So really, really excited to be back sharing those workshops and reconnecting with Avebury this week. So do look out for the pictures and the updates with that. And as ever, what is a real help from you guys is if you're able to share any links to anything that I'm doing. It really makes a big difference. Where, you know, the really, really small thing that you guys can do is, you know, is comment on posts that I put up, like posts that I put up, and just click share so that a wider group of people can see them. And, you know, Heron Drums is a kind of, you know, is my work, and it is a small business, and it's just one where it can reach out to more people at this time where I haven't been able to do quite so much in terms of workshops and events and things like that. So you know, people ask, there is a donate link on the page if people feel they want to kind of give a contribution there. But really, sharing links to the page and things like that is a massive help. So grateful to anybody who's able to kind of click share on anything that I post. And I think that's all of the updates from me. I think yeah, I've got a couple of drum making workshops going through to the autumn. There may be some more kind of standalone classes that I put up, but I haven't got anything scheduled for those at the moment. My focus is sort of on the Ancient Roots membership, and there's going to be a few videos going up on there. As I say, there's one at the moment up there related to the Spirit of Autumn, Equinox, and the Spirit of the Season for now. There's the Sacred Activism introduction going up on there, and on the Native British Shamanism page we've got an introduction going up on there to Native British Shamanism, and a video that I'm going to be recording when I'm over in Avebury is going to be looking at ways of honouring the ancestors that are kind of rooted in Native British traditions. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm giving a lot of time for creating some of the online videos and the courses related to those. Alright, let me just move that off the screen again. So where are we now? Just after 8 o'clock, fantastic. So we've connected in as a circle with gratitude, and that's connecting with this season as well. We've connected in with the autumn equinox and that energy of balance. So now let's let's go to our healing round. And, you know, in the healing round, we send out love and strength to those who we feel need it, that we could send some love and strength to, that could do with some energy sent in their direction. And as we kind of have grounded ourselves this evening in this energy of balance, let's also weave balance into those prayers to send love, strength and balance to those who are needing it right now. So what we do in this round is we just start and take a moment just to bring into your mind and in your heart anybody that you think could do with some love and strength and balance right now. And just first names, we don't pop kind of surnames, but, you know, or just initials or whatever, just to keep it kind of, you know, anonymous because we're on a comment section. But yeah, just popping names into the circle of those that we want to send some love and some strength to, and that we want to send some balance to with this round of drumming. And thank you, Wes. I see that you've commented on there. Grateful for all the information. Okay. So this circle that connects us all, that's spread out and around the country, and maybe even some people beyond the country, that's been growing in energy this evening in unity, connecting with gratitude, connecting with balance. It's within this circle we hold all of these names and all of these people to send some energy to. And yeah, it is important to notice as well if you feel that you need to be in that circle. So yeah, if you're needing some love and some strength sent to you, if you're feeling that you could do with that balance being drummed to you, let's yeah, put yourself forward for that, and so that we can within this circle hold you within the drumming as well. And I did last time as well. I always think it's important to be as specific as possible when we're putting names into the healing round. And you know, if it gets very, very broad, it gets spread very, very broad. But if we are able to be specific, then it's more directed. But we were also last month named some places in the world, some places that are seeing real challenges at the moment, so beyond just people, but also to situations. And so if there are any of those that are coming up for you at the moment where you're wanting to direct some energy to, I think in particular to all of those places in North America where the fires are spreading, to all of those places in South America in the forests where the fires are spreading, to all those places in Africa where the fires are spreading. We held as I say, the coordinated fire ceremonies yesterday for ceremonies for positive change in connection with the equinox. And it was definitely there on my mind, you know, that we're here connecting with fire in a way to connect with its positive strength, while there are places that are currently seeing its kind of wild, destructive side of these forests burning down and homes of wildlife being burnt as well. So it's yeah, just holding kind of those in mind, those places and those situations as well, and sending that love and strength and that balance for positive change to those places that are needing it. Okay. And yes, another reminder, thanks those who are putting themselves in, who are kind of going, yeah, actually at the moment I'm needing some extra strength and some balance. Okay. So if any more come to our minds and our hearts, we can hold them there. If we're able to type them, if we're not in the middle of drumming, hold them in our minds and our hearts. They'll be there, part of the circle. But let's drum that love, strength and balance. Let's take our drums. Let's bring our voices in if we feel so called to. And yeah, for all of those names in the circle, Heidi's got a few to add. All of those names in the circle, let's send that love and that energy to them. So for prayers of love, strength and balance, may the drum beats carry that out from the circle to all those names that we place into the centre of the circle, to all those places that we place into the middle of the circle. May it be felt by us as much as we are needing it right now. And just, yeah, take a couple of extra deep breaths just to breathe yourself deeper into yourself. Bring yourself back from that. Let us know in the comments when you're back. Let us know how that round of drumming was for you. Send up a bubble that say that you're back. I can see most faces on the screen now. Okay, you can start to see comments on the Facebook Live. Life returning there, people returning back from the betwixt and between of that space between each of the drum beats, where we've been inhabiting for the last hour and a bit, on and off, but for the last 10 or so minutes on that round of drumming with the healing round. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know when you're back, and if you're still just making your way back, just give a bit of movement into your body. And just, nothing major in terms of movement. Just feel a little bit of stretch on your back as you move in the chair. Move from side to side on your seat. And just feel that difference, that pressure as you move over to one side in your seat and the other. Just brings your awareness to your physical body. And if you get your feet on the floor, just pressing with one foot and then the other. And just feeling that pressure and release of moving your weight from side to side, moving your body and just feeling where feeling where your body is. We've expanded in that to some other level, and just to bring ourselves back to our body, it's just sometimes good to have those little physical reminders. Hey, fantastic. I'm glad people joining on for the first time have been able to really connect in with what we're doing here. Great. Other people energized, feeling the healing of that, feeling more grounded, feeling wonderful and powerful. Yeah, again, I think the word says enlightening. Great to see people returning from that. Super, super, super. Super. Great to see everyone's back. Alright, so before we close this evening, let's end with a song as we usually do. And I make no apology for the fact that I'm repeating the song that we closed with at the end of last month's drumming circle. Because as I said quite clearly then, it is probably my favourite chant of the year. And we've got loads of songs for next month related to ancestors bits to share together. So this one is my autumn song. It's the one that I look forward to this time of the year. And what I like about it is I really try and, in the Wheel of the Year work that I do, explain that, it's not light and dark in terms of good and bad, that actually there's so much power and magic in the dark half of the year. And many people on this path, will often say that they really connect in with those celebrations that are there on that dark half of the year. But culturally, we're still expected to be in eternal summertime. We're still expected to be running around as if we've got the same amount of energy as during the summer, where actually the winter and the dark time of the year calls us to slow down a little bit and go within. And what I like about this song is it's a blooming cheerful chant. You can't help but be jolly as you sing it, and it really connects in with this season for me. So let's close with this. Let's bring in the drums, and we'll go around with it a few times. We won't keep going for ages. If I remember last time trying to do it in here, shouting, I think it was again pushing my voice. I think for those who have kind of joined me around fire circles doing it, we really usually belt it out. We sang it a few times up in London as well recently. We before all of the action started there, we went out onto the Thames beach and held a fire ceremony there. There were fires being lit all around the country as beacons to connect in together, but also, you know, beacons as a messenger, a sign of warning, a sign of of danger. And it was that calling to the climate and ecological crisis. And we connected in with that with a fire ceremony on the beach, on the Thames beach there in London, and sang this song there as well. Yeah. Oh no, hang on, I'm getting confused in the songs. No, we didn't sing this song. I sang this at another point in London. We sang the fire chant, the fire transform me chant on the fire ceremonies in London. This one is the Hey Ho, Darker Grow the Days. And there is the variation that we sang in London of this. I'll tell you the song that we're going to sing, and then I'll let you know the variation that there is, which it has become a kind of a nice protest song as well. The song we're going to be singing is Hey Ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. And you can't stop that one. The variation that there is that kind of is more as the protest song is Hey ho, take me by the hand, strong in solidarity we stand. Fight for climate justice, fight for climate justice. Hey ho, take me by the hand, strong in solidarity we stand. Fight for climate justice, fight for climate justice. So that's where I got been sharing that one over earlier on in this month. But yes, we're here to kind of honour the autumn equinox, this moving into the dark time of the year, the darker grow the days, and or darker grows the day. I hear a lot of people singing it that way. Whatever feels natural for you on that line. But yeah, as we go into this time of the year where the spirits are calling, let's finish this evening on that song. We'll go around a few times on it. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey ho, darker grow the days, and the wind blows the rain across the land. See the leaves are falling, hear the spirits calling. Hey you really want to carry on with the song, don't you? You really want to. You can't stop there. I know the feeling. We have that one. We have kind of different little strategies of trying to bring that one to an end, and it's usually either slowing it right down like that, or just going so fast that we can't keep on with it. But a nice jolly one for you to carry on into the coming days and the coming weeks as we start to see the leaves turn from greens to yellows and oranges and reds and browns, and we start to see them falling out around us as we start seeing conkers conking people on the head and all of the other nuts out and around. I'm looking forward to checking out Wes's kind of information there about what we can do with acorns of ancient trees in order to get those into saplings and sharing them, spreading them far and wide so that new forests can grow. But yeah, as we bring this evening together to a close, and as we close this circle here, let's finish as we started with that gratitude to the spirit of the land, the spirit of all the elements, to all of those unseen that weave their magic and their energy in and throughout everything that we experience on these evenings, to all of those guides that connect in with us, to all of those ancestors that connect in with us, and to the spirit of the season, to the spirit of the autumn equinox, to its gratitude and to its balance. And as we move into the dark time of the year, may we do so with the jolliness of that song, and may we feel the call of our spirit and hear the call of the spirits of the land. And so as we close this circle, we do so as we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be. And thank you everybody for joining on the call this evening. And in terms of the next drumming circle, I'm usually right there with the date for the next one. I don't have it at the moment. The date that it falls on currently is a tricky date because I'm currently scheduled to be elsewhere for something. Unable to kind of be along on that Tuesday. If that date changes, then the 13th, I think, is when the next one would be. But in the blurb above the Facebook Live video, there is the link for the newsletter. Sign up to the newsletter, and as soon as I know what the date is for things, and I've got that confirmed, I'll be putting out a newsletter with the updates for that, and it will tell you all of the info for that. All right. So thank you very much, everybody. Thanks again. All of the comments that have come in on Facebook, I'll get a chance afterwards to have a look through those, and if there's any questions kind of within those, I can get back to you. As always, you can contact me on the page, on the Facebook page, or the email which is on the website. And yeah, look forward to joining you all again and seeing you all again. Blessings of the equinox to you all.